Good morning, everyone. It's Gal, playing some more Monster Sanctuary. I made some decisions. I was getting ready to head into the volcano layer or whatever it is, and realized that a bunch of the monsters I was using were weak to fire, and that several of the things that I was using I had been complaining about recently. So I went through and I looked up what's strong against fire, what is strong against fire and gets water attacks or earth attacks, what is strong against earth, because there were a lot of things using, those goblin miners were using earth as well. And this is what I came up with. I'd been kind of looking at Mulberry and Amori already because they have some really neat synergies with critical hits and bleed effects. This has a chance to split, or basically, whenever you crit, you get to apply bleed, and these just increase and spread it. And then Amori has an ability called Feast that basically gives your monsters regen based on bleed damage, as well as just being able to inflict bleed using several of its attacks. So, Mulberry gets Taunt, gets Burrow, which applies Barrier to itself, can stack barriers, and good crit chance whenever using ground attacks. Basically, we're trying to make this our tank, have it tank itself up with barrier, and then get healed by Amori's Feast. As well, Amori is a high damage dealer. We're also looking at things like Congeal, which makes it so chill does damage. And I was thinking about what I had available and said, hey, Frosty is strong against fire, pretty sturdy sometimes, gets some shields, which we don't have a ton of with those other two, and Chilling Wind gives it the ability to apply chill. We've also got Ice Storm as a multi-target chill effect, and now Deep Freeze, because I rearranged its abilities a bit, does extra damage the following turn once chill has already been applied. So we can stack up multiple stacks of chill, which will now do damage over time, like poison, and also do extra damage on it the next turn. Pretty solid start. I also have as a secondary tank Crystal Snail, despite the fact that I was making fun of it when I got it. It's a protector, which are not my favorites, but it does get preemptive shield. Basically, this has a lot of the shield stuff. It also has Icy Skin, Reflect, and Spiky Defense, which is nice. And this was one of the things that I found really interesting. Poisoning Soil. All earth attacks can cause poison. I like status effects. This feels good. And it kind of helps cover another thing. It is not necessarily strong against fire, but it is strong against physical attacks and weak to water and air, so not fire and earth. It's also very tanky. You can see there where it got it up to 400 defense, which I think is higher than we even had the golem. It's not as strong of an attacker as the other ones, same with Mulberry to an extent, but these two are both very tanky. Nautilid is our other one that we're looking at as a kind of an alternate for Frosty if we need more earth. And it has, again, strong against physical attacks, weak to air and status effects. However, we also have Age of Purification, so it removes stacks, and we also have something that removes status effects. This thing does every status effect. Armor break, which it can also apply through this. Poison, which it can also apply through this. And electrify, and it has a chance whenever you get a buff of applying chill, shock, and burn. Now, its buffs... Oh, that's the other one. Blind. Now, its buffs aren't amazing, but I did throw Pandora's Box on to just get the extra 2 buffs every round. This is kind of the core of what I was looking at. Nautilid's another very powerful attacker. I think Frosty's going to be better, but it's pretty well rounded. Leo's Leo. I just put Leo in as the last spot because I want to keep building my starter, and it does have Earth, and it is resistant to Earth. So it has some options. It's also just got physicals, and it also has ways to stack bleed. So if we are fighting something that's like weak against, or strong against magic, for example, we could do Mulberry, Emori, and Leo. The other thing that Leo brings is Burn, which is yet another status effect. Emori has Antipode, so you get an extra hit on... So if they are burned, and you use something that causes chill, which this can... somewhere. Chilling cold, there we go. Water attacks. Basically, it makes your ice spears get an extra attack if they're burned. So yeah. I feel like this is very good synergies. I was looking at Mulberry and Emori because Nightwing gets Bleed, Deep Wounds, Feast, Bleed, and Lifesteal. And like looking at all of that with what I was talking about with Mulberry and Emori's Splatter and Feast, that's 2 feasts as well. The fact that Mulberry is a tank and the other 2 are more attackers, crit synergies, like it feels really good. But Nightwing is weak to fire, and all 3 of those are critical based physical attackers. Feels less good. So I got this party built. I did a little bit of grinding. Basically all I did was I went and hunted eggs for all of the ones that weren't leveled up. So Emori, Nautilid, Crystal Snail, Mulberry. Oh, I also used a bunch of shift stones. All 4 of these have shift stones applied. So light, light, dark, dark. Because what were some of these? Whenever you land a critical hit, heal the whole party, felt good. Damage increase, felt good. Remove it. There we go. Start of your turn, remove a debuff from everything. That got rid of, or helps protect against the one that's weak to debuffs. And also just helps keep the team safe. I believe, yeah. If you look at its stats, the light side also gave it 4 dots of health, which takes it up to a really reasonable amount. And debuff mastery. This thing applies like 4 different debuffs and this lets it apply 2 stacks of all of them. This is definitely a real runestone. I think I got the gist, but there's an important piece missing. The runes inside are just an epic poem. The runes in the middle are the one we need to unlock the spell. Okay, we need to find a Runestone Shard. I did also do a little grinding here to kind of test out the way that my setup was configured. And also just to get some levels. When I hatched the eggs, they came in at 26, so I just did a quick grind to get 2 levels on each of the ones that we'd got eggs for. Which was like 4 or 5 fights, I think. We got some more goblin miner eggs, which I turned into the... place. Let's go ahead and open that up. That's a 2-way gate. And I think I'm actually gonna try down here first. Yeah, this would be very challenging without light. Another silver, very good. Silver is actually seems to be one of the new rare materials. I would really like some more bronze. We need a bunch of those for upgrades. There's actually a couple items that I kind of want to use that I can't currently because I can't upgrade them. This is lots of one-ways. More switch puzzles. Okay, let's see what these guys have. So, all of these are weak to water. So what we can do... So Mulberry doesn't have any water attacks, so we switch Crystal Snail in. We go Snow Veil. That just gets its stats up. Then we go Ice Storm. Then we go Ice Spear Volley. I think we go another Ice Storm here. Not as much as I was expecting. Let's go on the weird Hammer Dude. And second Ice Spear Volley. Two turns. Pretty solid. 5-star. Another Goblin Miner Egg. Okay. Like, seriously, we got an obscene number of those in the few fights I did. This... I was gonna say, this screams of some kind of secret. Dragon Lord outfits. Okay. Ooh, more dragons. I think we just keep this party as is. So we'll go burrow here. That gives the buffs. Yeah. Let's go Ice Storm and Ice Spear. That is a... Like, we've had poison-based parties before. And this feels like it is most of the time doing better damage over time effects between the bleed and chill. I'm really digging this party. That gets more chill effects on, and then we just finish it off with very powerful crits. Another 5-star. We're getting very close to unlocking our level 30 abilities. That's also why I haven't spent those last couple skill points, because when they hit level 30, I can just... go nuts. Guessing this is gonna be the other end. Let's see, these guys are weak to earth. So we can swap here. Whoops. That should be fine. Yeah. So burrow. Slime shot, which we are very familiar with, one of my favorites. And then Toxic Slash. Toxic Slash is just pretty solid, and you can see there when there's a single target against Amori, our mole just jumps in front, tanks the hit. I think we Toxic Slash here first. And then Slime Shot the middle, because it's the only one that didn't have poison yet. Almonds. Two bronze, and that is the other side of that bridge that we had originally found when we were trying to get over to this place. Mango. Hello there. Don't mind me, I was just puzzling over these statues. Why would they build statues of them? You must have seen the other statues. Nobody has a clue what their purpose is. I bet old Baran, the blob farmer. Okay. I'm guessing, I think we've seen 3 other blob statues. I'm guessing when we unlock all of the other ones, it opens that gate effectively there. Because it looks like that whole ceiling slides open there. Ooh. Okay, weird hammer dudes and new slimes. Okay. Again, all water. So, crystal snail. Ice Storm, and Ice Spear Volley. Just watch that status effect melt away. Go ahead and pile that on there. I think we actually go Ice Spear Volley first. And then we can decide if we want... I think we deep freeze the blob, because that's got the most health by a pretty large margin, and then see if we can finish him off with status effects. Not quite, but close. And Deep Freeze finishes it off because that has that extra hit, or extra damage boost if they are already chilled. That is a stalagmite. Stalagmite? Stalagmite? Stalactite? Keep hitting the ceiling there. Volcanic Ash. Evolution item. Dragons. Let's go over here first. It looks like this is going to be a small room. There's our Runestone Shard. And I'm gonna guess that this connects around to that other one-way gate that we found. Okay. I think with this one, we're gonna go... Oops. Mulberry, Leo, and Mori. We will burrow here. We will shred. And Toxic Slash, just to get all those status effects down. That's a lot of buffs on their side. This thing's weak to Earth. Let's go ahead and just Forge. And then do another Toxic Slash. And at this point, it doesn't matter what element we use. We'll go ahead and still use Burrow here. But we can just go regular Claws, because this thing's just weak to physicals. And Ice Spear Volley, which, because they already have Burn on them, has a chance to do an extra hit, and also stacks that extra status effect on it. '29s across the board. This is not the area I was expecting. So we may either have to go down to get around here, which is fine. Oh, wait. That's the lava pit with the treasure chest. Never mind. Okay. So the runestone is going to lower the lava. That makes sense. I would say just from a quick, from the quick test run we've done thus far, this party feels really good. I really like it. No chill. Like, this does basically the things that I liked doing with my other party, just better. In some ways, at least. And it definitely does it better with the specific status effects that we're trying to hit and the elements we're trying to hit. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of the stuff we had before, or had going before, was a little bit more of a glass cannon, and this feels very... Oh, we don't have that guy yet. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're still missing several monsters from this area. It just feels a lot less of a glass cannon than a lot of our previous ones were, which is neat. Hammer. First level 30 monster. You know what? That seems like we're getting very close to our break. I think doing our level ups might be a good thing for next time. There's no way we can unlock the Runestone's power without that missing shard. Is this the shard? That's exactly it. Okay. In our language, it means, Great Wotan, grant us Siegfried's strength so that we may walk through fire unscathed. Called it. So, we weren't actually supposed to be able to get that treasure chest a second ago. Based on what we heard, something big must have happened. Don't mention it. In fact, I think I'd like to stick around and see what else we can find here. I think that's what my spectral toad would have wanted. We'll get you back here, familiar. It's just a matter of time. Okay, he's gonna go explore the cave. Very cool. And this is where we're gonna wrap. So, hopefully you are still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.